I'm here.
There we go. Hey, how are
What's
you?
up? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good, everybody. We are joined tonight on our live briefing update by none other than Angel McCoughtry of the Las Vegas Aces,
Yes.
WNBA star. We're all proud of you, of course, as always. Thank you for joining us this
Thanks for having
evening.
me. Now
Angel,
you can
I'm
hear
gonna
me okay and everything?
yeah, you're a little low, but let me just turn us up a second. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Now we're good to go. Good evening, good evening. So, Angel, I'm going to run everyone through the latest information, and then I'm going to go right to you. Everyone, thank you for joining us for this briefing. We're up to now 20,113 cases in the state of Maryland, 929 deaths, 1,977 cases in Baltimore City, with 83 confirmed deaths in the city of Baltimore for us here in the city. 21215 is still the zip code with the highest cases, and that's 343. You can actually remember always go to coronavirus.baltimorecity.gov. You can get that information for yourself and see all of that information there. Uh, Angel, I want to come to you very quickly. Just want to remind everyone to send their questions in as we go through our live briefing. We've had a great health committee hearing that's actually still going on. I'm going to join back in that about coronavirus. That we're going to continue to do that. We've talked about mobile testing with them because we need to try to expand testing in the city, but they actually are concerned about harming people and getting people together in groups. They're looking into tracing methods as a way to figure out a way to contain COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
We also want people to continue to know that we're going to continue to press them about how we can better aid people, right? I'm a mom and I'm a nurse, or I'm a grocery store clerk and I have 3 kids at home and we can't social distance from each other, but I have symptoms. What can we do to walk those people through? This is the kind of information that we're asking people right now. In Baltimore, the average person contracting COVID is in their early 50s, and the average person dying from Baltimore is in their 70s. So we know, but we have people across the spectrum that are getting it in Baltimore City. So we want to keep ourselves healthy and safe. The hearing is still going on. I came directly out of the hearing to come and speak to you guys. I'll go back when we're finished, but we're going to be sure to link the full hearing to Tron TV so everyone can see all the great questions that are being asked as we continue to press, especially for African American neighborhoods that have been hit hard. Want to mention one other thing really quickly. Thursday at 11 a.m., that we're going to have a hearing on the implementation of the Water and Accountability and Equity Act. This is a bill that we passed to make water bills more fair and equitable in the city of Baltimore. 11 a.m. on WebEx. We want everyone to tune in for that. You can always email us about that, but also tune right in to WebEx to see that. So I want to transition into our conversation with our wonderful guest, Angel. We want to thank her for her time to spending her time with us this evening. She was selected by the Atlanta Dream in the first round in 2009. Seems like it's a long time
Woo,
ago
that's
now.
a long time, huh?
Right. See, she's a five-time, everybody. Five-time WNBA All-Star. And also she holds the WNBA Finals scoring record, 38 points set in 2011, and the playoff scoring record for 42 in 2010. Angel, welcome to Brandon's Briefing. I want to give you an opportunity to share with the people a little bit about who you are, but also how COVID-19 is affecting you and your livelihood.
Um, well, let's talk about COVID. The numbers are significant, especially in Baltimore. I didn't even know the numbers were that high in Baltimore. So everybody knows I'm here because this is where I play ball for a long time. Numbers are very high here too. Um, but I think how we can take precaution, like you said, is like you said, the social distancing thing, continuing to wash your hands. Um, that's the thing that we all know to do. Um, if there was more, I'm sure they would put it out there. But it's been a lot of speculation with people wanting to open up. So Georgia just opened up, as you know. Did they open up there yet? They didn't, right?
No, we're not doing that. Mm-mm.
Yeah, we're not joining that. And that's the thing. I think we have higher cases than you guys. We're opening up because I think with our governor, he didn't want to pay a lot of the unemployment. I think that was the issue. So there's a lot of people. I'm actually outside right now. I went to come grab me some dinner, and there's a lot of people out. And a lot of people are not wearing masks, which is interesting, as well as myself. Um, but I'm really just shocked at how many people kind of supported him opening. Um, I think everybody's just ready, and people are just kind of like, "Hey, let's just open. It's my body. It is what it is." More people die from the flu, but I still think we're not taking precaution for people who are older. Like I have a grandma that's still living, and she's my only one left. So if I heard she had COVID, I would be pissed. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, I'm sure everybody else has older, generational people in their family or friends. You know what I mean? So I think it has to be more of a consideration for those kind of people who are more at risk than us. You
Yeah,
know?
and think, yeah, absolutely. And I think that Angel, you hit on something very, very simple but very important, right? Is that when we're talking about COVID, you have to be consider that it's something larger than you, right? And we know where you are right now, and where I think the mistake that the governor made there, and luckily we haven't made that mistake here, is thinking about something not in the sense of a public health epidemic, right? And people say, like the comment that you said, that people say people die from the flu. But not at first, right? Think about the Spanish flu and all the epidemics that have happened over time, we have to be understanding how that's going to be impacted because we know everyone wants to go back to normal. But one, normal's never going to happen again. But and two, we all want to do that, but we all have to be responsible. We know that you guys, you want to be right now getting ready to start the next season, right? That's what you
Right.
will be doing. And can you talk about that? Like, how has COVID impacted the WNBA and the upcoming season and everything that you guys would be doing now that you're not and normally and can't do?
Yeah, I think we all want to play. Of course, this is what we love to do, and we want to be out there. Um, but unfortunately, the circumstances have happened. But I think which has happened right now, people I think felt like um, there's been Zika before, there's been swine flu, like you said, there's been, I mean, Ebola. Okay, we've gone through that, and then everything's okay. So I think people are treating that kind of the same. Like, all right, we have these other. It's something that comes out every couple years, whatever. It comes out. You know what I mean? Because even when I went to the Olympics in 2016, Zika was the big deal going to Brazil. But the Brazilians were like, Zika's been out forever. Why are you guys making a big deal about it now? So I don't know if people have taken things in the past and have been like, you know what, we've gone through this before, whatever, it'll pass. But to me, this kind of seems kind of different. You know what I mean? I think it's a lot more cases has ever been. I don't think if this was something that's been out before. You know what I mean? Like everybody with other things. So, I mean, it's interesting. And then you got other theories. People are saying 5G has something to do with it. What do you think
I
about
wish
that?
they would. Oh, the 5G. I talk about this almost every night on here, right? Like we have to understand we have to listen to actual doctors and nurses, right? All of us, especially here in Baltimore. Everybody in Baltimore has someone that works at Hopkins or Sinai or UMD or somewhere or U Memorial, right? We all know. And when you can just simply call someone in your family and they will tell you from a public health standpoint what's happening, understanding that people are actually dying from this thing
Yeah,
consistently. We have
consistently,
to take
right?
it seriously and stay in the house. And for those folks who are saying, Angel, we also hear people saying that black people couldn't get it, right? All of this crazy stuff that's been said, we have to take this thing seriously just like everyone else because it's impacting everyone in knowing that we have the pre-existing health conditions and everything else that we have. We should be taking it even more seriously because we know how we've been treated in our city and in our country has led to us having these other health conditions.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And I try to look at both sides. Like, okay, I understand people want to make money, but I think at the same time, if people are dying, I think money can always be made. We can figure out ways to make money. We can figure out ways to, find those resources. But your life is something that's so important, something that we cherish. And then another thing, counsel, is that people that are dying now, you can't see your loved one when they die, right? They it's like I'm hearing they having virtual funerals now, and like I read somebody the other day, their loved one passed, and the funeral home was showing them, all right, here's your loved one. They're like, that's not our loved one. It
That's
wasn't even
real
their
right
loved one,
there.
and they're trying to do a virtual. They're like, you sure? And they're like, that we know our loved one. That's not our loved one. So you got this virtual stuff going on with funerals now, and people in hospice that you want to be able to see your loved one and say your goodbyes the proper way. I don't want to say goodbye to someone virtually.
No,
You know what I mean?
no.
So I think we just need to try to get through this. I'm kind of disappointed with our presidential system. Obama had everything set up. He had CDCs. I'm sorry, CD. How you say it?
Yeah,
I say
he
it
got
right.
the CDC, all the medical professionals, and
CDCs.
he
Yeah,
listened to them. That's the
yeah.
key.
He had them set up in case something like this happened. Why would you take CDCs away? And now we're in this big crisis. It's not a hoax. This is
Yeah,
serious. And now we don't.
you shouldn't
It
drink
takes a
blue.
year to make a vaccine.
Yeah,
So it's like now we're in this pandemic and people are losing their jobs, and and then we don't want people to start panicking. And I'm hearing now people are committing suicide and things like that. Like, we don't want to hear that kind of stuff. We don't want to be the laughing stock of the world. We want to show that we have discipline
that's
and we know
right.
how to get through. If the world looks up to us, we want to show that we have the discipline to get through these kind of things. If we're acting a fool, what's the rest of the world going to look at us like? We're not going to be the big brother and big sister of the rest of the world. We're just a laughing stock, and we're not the leaders that people think that we really are.
Yeah, I thank you. Thank you so much for that. I mean, I think that I say it all the time. People just have to ignore him, listen to the public health professionals, and anyone. If anyone's listening, if you're out there, you're struggling, make sure you reach out to someone. Please check on your friends and
Please.
family. It's the most important thing that you can do right now. Everyone is suffering through this crisis, and you never know that one phone call to that friend that you haven't spoken to in a while or whoever could be the thing that helps them get through or saves them. So, Angel, I got a couple other questions for you before I let you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, for your profession, what do you see happening in the future, or do you just simply don't know for the WNBA and all basketball right now?
They just opened up practice facilities on Friday. I think that we'll eventually maybe. I'm thinking the WNBA will come back by July. Um, I have my fingers crossed. If not, if the cases still increase and we're not playing, then we're just gonna have to wait next year. Then I have to figure out, like, us athletes have to figure out, well, man, what are we gonna do for our income and
Right,
paying our
right,
bills? But we're hoping that we'll be back by July. I think the NBA will be before us. I'm hearing they're trying to quarantine all NBA players and they play in Vegas all their games. But we'll see. I think they're going to try to bring it back because people love sports. We want to play, but we don't want to get sick because we know that we're out there sweating, we're bumping and grinding against each other, all
right.
these bodily fluids. So it's a catch-22. But I honestly think that we'll get back. I think they're going to bring it back, and I think it'll be a short season with no fans.
Yep. I think this is to keep it basketball for just a second. My followers know that I've been following the Last Dance documentary. Have you been watching it, and what do you
Yeah, it's
think
been
so
great.
far? Yeah, it's been great. What do you think about it so far? What's the most interesting thing for you in the documentary thus far?
Well, I think we all think Dennis Rodman is
Yep.
interesting. He gets to go to Vegas in the middle of the season, and
Dennis
he's just
Rodman, he
interesting. But I
invented,
think that
he invented
have
load
to,
management.
huh?
He invented load management. That was
He
load
invented the
management.
load management, right? He
Yeah.
invented that. That's for sure. But I think he still knew how to work hard. When you can kind of venture off and like do the things that he's done, but still come back focused. A lot of people can't do that. A lot of
No.
people can't just go and party and then the next day like
Go
give
get
you
30
all.
rebounds.
Yeah, like who can do that? I mean, that's a tough thing to do. So he had a different kind of focus that a lot of people aren't used to. But hey, I'm not knocking him on it because he came to work and did what he had to do.
Yeah, it's a great question. Aside from the documentary, what have you been doing to pass the time, and how you been staying in shape and staying ready for the season for when it comes?
Luckily, I have a court in my backyard so I can shoot, and I have like some tools to work out. And then I just kind of go to the park, social distance myself, and run a little bit, stay in shape. So the thing is, I want to stay ready, no matter what. Whether we have a season or not, I want to stay in shape and just be ready for what can happen. So that's just kind of what I do.
All right, I got a real big question for you. As you know, members of your family are like family to me. I play basketball with certain members of your family. They come to me for the clutch game winning shots. But I have to know, aside from yourself, who is the second best basketball player in your family?
Hmm. Let me think about that one. See, I know Kalen, he wants me to say him. So mind you, Kalen set this whole thing up. Shout out to my cousin Kalen.
Yeah, shout out to Kayla.
Who was the second best back? You know what? I've never thought about that. But if I really had to give it to someone, I'm gonna give it to Chanel.
Oh, yes, that's
I
perfect.
think Chanel can hoop a little bit. You know,
Chanel just said it too. She
I
said
would put
Chanel. Oh,
Chanel
that's
on my
funny.
team. And if I had to pick a third, I'm gonna pick my cousin CJ. Those
Wow.
three. Sorry, Kalen.
Yeah.
Your shot kind of broke, Kalen.
Look,
I just messed with you, but no.
You can't go to Kalen in the clutch. You got to get a ball to me. That's what he does. You can't go to Kalen in the clutch. You can't go to Kalen in the clutch. And the last thing I would ask you, how and most important, how are you and your family doing through this time, and how are you guys coping? Is everyone healthy? All of that good stuff.
We're doing good. My mom gets to work home. She works from home, so that's a good thing that she can still make some income. And my dad, he still does things, helps out around the house and stuff like that. My family's great, um, but we're making it through. I think we get out and we take our walks at the park, and luckily the weather's nice down here. What's the weather like up there?
The weather is crazy. It's winter one day, spring the next, winter
Oh,
for
so y'all
three.
still in your bipolar
You,
stages?
you
So
you know we're in the typical Baltimore. We don't know what season it is. We just go from winter to summer these days. We
right.
don't have spring apparently.
Y'all still in the bipolar stage. We're still in the pretty moderate, like mid to late 70s. So it's lovely down here. So we get out.
Right.
I mean, the thing about it is everybody's thinking the same. Everybody's out. So we all take our walks in the park. The park is the big thing right now. So that's
Good.
that's that's huge.
Well, thank you for joining us, Angel. I'm gonna let you
Yes.
go. Give the last thing. What the last advice you can have to people about COVID-19 from you? Good luck during the season. You know we'll all be rooting for you as always here in Baltimore. But tell everyone your last advice around COVID-19 or any words that you have before we let you go.
Yeah. My last advice would be, of course, just to take precautions. We're like I heard Oprah say, we're not living. We have a different normal, a new normal now. It's not going to be the same like it used to. So just adjust to your new normal. I love you too, Aunt Lisa. That's my aunt right here. But adjust to the new normal. Follow the norms. Let's show we have a little discipline. You know what I mean? And we'll just get through this as a country. But we want the whole world to get through it too. So just follow the rules so we can get through it. That would be my advice.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We greatly appreciate you. We will let you go. We know you got to get your dinner in so that you can be ready for the season. And thank you,
Yes.
most importantly, for not saying Kalen was the second best player. That's the best part. Thank you so much.
I got you.
See you
Thank you
later.
so much. So I got to come up there and play with y'all now soon.
Oh, absolutely,
You can put it to the
absolutely,
test. All right. You heard
absolutely.
it.
We'll get it
You
done.
heard it, Kellen.
All right, peace.
All right. Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. Let's see, you guys. There were some questions that came in. We're gonna get to those in just 1 second. Someone asked. Oh, it's only one question in. Someone asked about the latest information. Again, you can get the latest data and information. Simply just go to coronavirus.baltimorecity.gov. You can see demographic information, testing information, all of that right on the top of that page. We're always going to make sure that you guys see that information consistently here in the city of Baltimore. Zip code information, everything is there for you. We're going to continue to provide the information. If there are no further questions, I'm going to just simply say to everyone, as always, please, please, please practice social distancing. Make sure that you're looking out for your family members and stay tuned. And we will see you guys again for our next briefing. Peace.